First time leaving the UK on a ferry. Good job you're not driving up here, isn't it? You'd stall it. Right, that's the car parked up. Let's go and find ourselves some decent seats.
Oh, remember we're on deck 7.
Deck 7.
Yeah, where's Cork? If you look on there, where are we heading to?
You happy now?
I've got to be Anna. Bread and coleslaw, that's all it gives us.
Let's see this then.
It's the butter just sticking together.
Why don't you put your bread on here?
Oh, I already gave this to you.
God's creation.
There we are. Done.
The only 2 people that are in are out here.
This is an employee safety announcement for all parents and guardians. Your children are not
Corned beef sandwich.
outside decks.
A proper northerner.
Well, the car's still here. So back in the car now. How did we all find the ferry experience?
It was very hot in there. I mean, considering it's not really a warm day, I was absolutely sweating from the minute I stepped foot on the ship to the minute I left. It wasn't, I don't know if it was what I actually imagined.
Well, you slept for half of it.
No, I didn't sleep for half of it. I must have fell asleep for like half an hour. And then these kids just ran into the room that we were, just blasted music. It literally made me like jump out my skin. But yeah, so far, it's been like really easy. We got to the port, they swabbed the car, George pulled the bonnet up, they had a look under, we literally drove on the ferry. We haven't went through any passport checks or anything, and we've literally landed in Ireland now. So I don't know when we'll go through security. I assume now when we're driving off, but it's weird because when you go on the Eurotunnel, you've got to go through 2 different checks before you even get on the tunnel or anywhere near it.
What was your thoughts on the ferry?
It was alright. That's all I can say.
Would you go
again? Ah, because I've got to go back.
Okay, so we're now disembarking the ferry, and I guess we're officially in Ireland. Okay, so day 1 in Ireland then. So we got off the ferry, we've headed to Wicklow, or nearby to Wicklow. We've been to the Airbnb, we're only staying there for a night. We'll show you that when we get back. We're now just shop straight back out. We need to do some shopping, just gonna head to an Aldi just to get tonight's dinner. But in regards to getting the ferry from the UK to Ireland, very, very easy. You know, when it came to checking in, we literally just gave them our reservation number. We then went round, joined a queue, sat there for a little bit, drove onto the ferry, and then we just sat there in our own leisure for 3.5 hours or so. And then drove off the ferry, showed the guy our passports in the passport control. I don't even think he was really that bothered, to be honest. I don't even think he matched our ID photos to our faces. I'm sure he just literally went, yeah, you've got passports, you can come in. So yeah, very sort of relaxed and you know, laid back approach to the immigration here in Ireland. But yeah, we're gonna be spending a total of 12 days here, sort of doing a big loop of Ireland. And it should be fun because we never really explored Ireland before. We've been to Dublin once, but that's just for a couple of nights. So the fact that we get to see the majority of the country in just under 2 weeks should be some good fun. But yeah, we need to eat, and then we're going to head back to the accommodation.
And there's KFC parked across the road, and we're now in the Airbnb. So I'll give you a quick tour. You go from up these stairs all the way here, We'll start up here. This is a 2-bed apartment. It's the bathroom, me, and then here's the shower. And this Airbnb, I know in the last clip George was unsure where we were going, but it is Wicklow, so if you do need a 2-bed Airbnb in Wicklow, I'd recommend this one. It's got washing machine. Here is our bedroom. Obviously all our luggage is here now, but yeah, nice and spacious. Got a telly on the wall as well, but we are only here for one night, and then tomorrow we head to Wexford, I'm pretty sure. And there's George cooking the tea. He's cooking steaks tonight. The kitchen literally has everything that you need, to be honest. The only thing we've really had to buy is the food that we want to cook and salt and pepper, so can't complain with that. And the rule is, while we're on holiday, George cooks all of the teas because I cook everything at home. There's my dad, we're on holiday with him on my da. This is the living room. He's got the telly on already. And then there's this little patio balcony area as well. Again, I don't think we'll be able to use that because we are literally here for one night. And then this is my da's room as well. Nice, big, spacious rooms, telly on the wall. And then, yeah, the car is there. And there's like an old-fashioned corner shop there. So, yeah, it looks like it sells a bit of everything in there, which is cute. And then across the road, you won't be able to see, but I believe there is a river walk that you can go and do as well. Let's go and eat.
Where are we now then?
We are at Arklow South Beach in Arklow. And it's quite hot. It's quite hot, but it's quite windy as well at the same time.
But it's nice though, isn't it? It's like a nice,
nice
coastal breeze. Okay, so right now we are at the John F. Kennedy Arboretum in Wexford. So we've kind of travelled to the next destination now, and I'll show you the new accommodation that we're in later. But yeah, we're just at the John F. Kennedy Arboretum. Thought we'd have a look around here. We noticed it's only 10 minutes from where we're staying, and yeah, very interesting. So this is a full-scale model of the Mercury spacecraft, which of course was the spacecraft that was used in some of the very, very early space missions. So in 1962, John H. Glenn Jr. became the first American to orbit the Earth. Of course, that was when John F. Kennedy was president. And he was the real driving force behind NASA making their way all the way to the moon before the end of the 1960s. So just came out of the museum, and this is where we are now. Honestly, it's beautiful here. Just going to go on a bit of a walk, so head straight down there between those trees and do a big loop of this park, I guess you'd call it. Honestly, didn't even know this was here. We just sort of pulled up to the Airbnb and had a look on the map what was close by, and I'd seen that there was a John F. Kennedy Memorial, so I thought we've got to check that out. It's only 10 minutes away. And yeah, here we are. So, just in the car now, leaving the second accommodation, and it's a lovely area where this is. We're kind of staying on the back of somebody's well, it's basically a little farm, you could say. We're basically staying in a converted barn on the back of their house. And a bit of a funny story when we got here though, we because on that Airbnb you kind of get a rough location where they are. We put the location in what it said, and that actually took us to a house, you know, it took us directly to a house. They thought, oh, this must be the house. Anyway, we come up this long driveway.
We were filming driving up the drive as well, like, wow, look at this.
Yeah, it was, oh, this is a stunning place. I'd imagine we're round the back, sort of, you know, similar to where we're at the moment. And then we pull up and there's a dog just running loose, and we was like, oh, okay, it must be it must have dogs.
And one of the Airbnbs we're staying at, it does have in the notes you can't bring any pets because they've got 2 dogs that just roam the land.
Yeah, so we put 2 and 2 together. We thought, oh, this must be the place where they've got the dogs. And anyway, Danielle and her dad, they got out of the car and started stroking the dog and all that. I thought, okay, I'll reverse round the back. And then we're sort of like, oh, how come nobody's came out? You know, because maybe they're not in, or should we message them? And we messaged them, or I think we rang them, didn't we, to say that we was there. And we was like, oh, we're here now.
We've got your dog.
Yeah, and she was like, I don't have a dog. So at that moment we realised we kind of messed up. We literally just pulled up somebody's drive around the back of the house. I probably thought we was breaking in or whatever.
But this was like a huge estate as well. It wasn't like a normal house.
Yeah, it was like down a long drive and we just sat there stroking the dog. So yeah, we quickly got out of there and headed to the right place once we got in touch with the Airbnb host, which she was lovely, to be honest. You know, the Airbnb place was fine, but yeah, on to somewhere different now, near Cork.
Yeah, we're staying in between Cork and Kerry for the next 3 nights.
So it should be a nice little change, because the first 2 places we only stayed there for a night, so we should be relaxing a bit more, shouldn't we, at the next place? And can I just say, actually, Ireland is a beautiful country. Obviously, when we came here previously, we only went to Dublin, and Dublin's pretty much just like any other city centre, really. But once you get out of Dublin, Ireland is honestly a beautiful place. There's some beautiful houses around. And actually compared the prices to the UK, they seem a lot cheaper compared to what you'd get in the UK, and it's sort of making you think, what if? But no, honestly, you go through some of these villages and it kind of reminds you of being in France, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like they're sort of, yeah, very, very...
Especially the last place.
Yeah, definitely. I think the weather obviously helps. We are getting incredibly lucky. I'd imagine if it was pouring it down a rain, it'd be a different experience. But yeah, it's honestly, it's a beautiful country, Ireland. Where are we now then, guys?
Donnerally Park. It's basically like a country park. Just to stretch our legs and go for a nice walk after the drive. How do we know which way we go?
That way, I'm assuming. We'll get lost, we'll just live on the land.
No, people probably wouldn't say that.
How's that, right? We'll survive.
Where are we now then?
We're at Ballycotton Cliff Walk, and we are walking from here all the way to there and then back again.
How long is that going to take?
I think it's about 3 hours.
Here we go.
And also on the way there is a shipwreck, but because they've had to close the path, I don't know if we'll get that point or not today, so we'll have to wait and see.
New Dar's already keeping pace.
Yeah, he's the pace setter on the walks.
So we've just done the Ballycotton cliff walk. We're now on Balandrine Beach, I think that's how you pronounce it. And
it's not really much of a beach.
yeah, it's a pile of rocks, but basically this is kind of, I would say, at least 3/4 of the way to a shipwreck, which I'm led to believe beached there, I think, in 2020. And basically there's more of a cliff walk that carries on. It goes behind them houses there, but they've closed it off because people are probably going there and getting injured, so they don't want people to go there because probably not the safest place. But yeah, if you are coming here and you want to go to the shipwreck, obviously do that at your own risk. You're not supposed to do it, so, you know, like I said, it's up to you if you want to do it or not. But yeah, I think we're going to head back the roadway, aren't we?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I think it'll be a bit smoother. The cliff walk is nice. It's obviously it's up and down. It's a bit rocky, and we've already done it, so we thought we may as well do a bit of a loop.
And it's in like, it's right in the heat of the sun, isn't it, as well? Like,
yeah.
there's no.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Ireland is boiling right now. It's like,
yeah, it is.
you know,
honestly,
it's not breezy or anything.
It feels like we seem to get very lucky with the weather. We've been to Scotland at a similar sort of time, about May time. We got very lucky with the weather then, and yeah, it's May time now, and people say it's supposed to be raining at this time of year, but yeah, it's honestly beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky, just pure sun. But yeah, we'll have a little chill here, and then I think we'll head back to Ballycotton.
Dar, what did you think of that walk?
Sorry?
That's not what you said. All the way around. What would you rate it out of 10?
10, but we should have jogged it.
Yeah. Well, not jog.
Yeah.
Run it. So what are you going to have now? Your Aldi special pasta?
I wouldn't eat coffee.
Me and my dog keep getting an Aldi pasta every day to have for our dinner. I've already had mine. He's going to have his now, aren't you?
If I'm allowed to in peace. Like.
Well, I'm going to put my feet in the sea. Obviously take my socks off as well. No, I'm okay, thanks. And hope I don't fall in, because I did slip up there.
Glad to be back.
Getting some crisps. No, for my dad though.
Not sponsored.
Dad, what flavour do you want?
Oh, me?
Yeah, what flavour?
Out.
The worst ones.
Just.
How far was the walk?
I think it was 7 miles, but we walked. Did we tell the vlog that we walked back on the road?
Yeah.
Which was obviously an easier walk, but because we didn't know how long was left of the walk, it felt like forever at the same time, didn't it?
Yeah, how far have we walked in total?
Oh, let me I'll just lick that crisp. Let me refresh my what. So that walk in total was 18,151 steps, and we walked 7.44 miles in this heat as well.
In this heat. You'd think we're in Spain, but we're not. We're in Ireland.
Ireland. So I pronounce it Island, as I think pretty much everyone else does that lives in England. And then I uploaded a TikTok, and so many people from Ireland have commented saying, oh my god, it's driving me crazy, you keep pronouncing it wrong. So now I need to make sure I don't call it Ireland, it's Ireland. Come on, Georgie boy.
Where are we now then?
I can't remember what the bridge is called, but we're in Cork City Centre. And so far we've been to the English market, and I think we're going to go back there when we're just about to get in the car to get some strawberries again. So we are at the Old Jail in Cork City Centre. Let's have a look around. And we walked here, and you've got to walk up 2 or 3 huge hills. It feels like you're back in Edinburgh, and it's absolutely boiling hot as well.
More complaining about the weather.
No, never complain about the weather.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna beat you. Got a better hand than you. This is what a typical jail diet would be. Bit of bread. Potatoes. That's that pork or beef.
I said pork.
And then sausage, chicken and apple.
And nowadays, they take you to Toby Carvery.
(1923). Must have been one of the last prisoners in here.
So this must be from all the prisoners then?
Oh, who was in this cell?
Uh-huh.
Looks a bit like Donald Trump, that does, doesn't it?
I'm assuming. We're going to get Jordan might be in there, but I don't know what it. Then again, deny it, but that's from the block who was here on.
Well, you can tell the writings from that sort of time,
Era.
can't you? Yeah.
That stuff, isn't it?
This must have been a men's, women's and children's jail. What do you want?
I got any bread? Want some bread?
Nice try, Keo.
Just waiting for our burgers. All cooked by George.
Right, where are we now then?
The rock, is it the rock of,
Cashel.
well, I would pronounce it probably different as to what it actually is. We're at the rock of Cashel, I think. And we're doing the self-guided tour, €8 each.
It's essentially just an old castle, I think, / religious building.
Someone will watch this and be like, it's just an old castle, that's so...
Disrespectful.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Not
we're
really much information where we are now. Maybe it might be...
But we're on the way to... Where are we going?
Tipperary.
No, we're in Tipperary, aren't we?
Oh, well, we're on the way to our Airbnb
Yeah.
in Tipperary. We're staying here for 2 nights now.
This is kind of a halfway stop off, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just like I was Googling, because obviously I sorted out the whole plan since I'm the only woman on the trip. I had to sort out the whole plan for everybody. And yeah, this in Hor Abbey, how do you pronounce it?
Yeah, Hor Abbey.
Hor Abbey is like close together, 2 stops that you're supposed to do, so we'll probably only ever be here once, so may as well do it.
It was basically a cathedral type place. Not really something I'd go out my way massively to do, but considering we're here, we may as well see it, and it wasn't really expensive to get. I think it was like €8 each, so yeah, it wasn't too bad. But
And tell them about when we went into that little house and the Americans say, God, this has been preserved so well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's literally younger than my dad.
Yeah, there's a lot of Americans in there, and this guy was like, oh my God, this room has been preserved so well. And you see like a plaque on the wall that said 1982.
Which,
So it had only been there since like, you know, I'd imagine the building itself had been there for hundreds of years, but I think the room, how it's all been done out, had only been there since the 80s, so
I'm
not that long ago.
surprised they didn't see my dad and say that's well preserved.
Ancient artefact.
And this is a George with his natural habitat.
So, right now we are at
Clare Glen's Loop.
Clare Glen Loop, which is essentially in the name, as you would expect. It's a loop. Basically it's a walk along a river. You come to a waterfall, you cross over a bridge, and you go down the other side. But it's near. Is it near Limerick? That's where we're staying now, isn't
Well,
it?
we're staying right next to Killaloe, which
Yeah.
is Limerick.
Yeah, we're in
Tipperary.
County Limerick at the moment, and yeah, this is where we are. It's stunning here.
But the path is actually just up here.
Yeah, we've just
But we spotted this and thought, oh, we may as well come down and have a look. But the water,
so
oh my
clean,
God,
isn't it?
it's so hot as well. You just want to jump in there. Well, maybe not jump because it's a bit shallow. But it's so nice.
Definitely feel like taking a swim in there, don't
Oh
you?
God, yeah.
So.
You ready to go?
Head on back up to the path.
Yep, let's do it. And while we've been walking, George really wants to do Everest Base Camp.
Yeah, I mean, Everest Base Camp, it's something that I've wanted to do for at least the last 5 years.
Yeah, I'd say so.
For as long as I can remember, really.
But now it's getting more and more, I need to do it because of course kids will be coming along.
Yeah,
soon.
I'm nearly 30, so,
Oh,
you know, it's not really something you can do once you have, I mean, you can do it when you have kids, but obviously it's a lot more roadblocks, you could say. But yeah, we're thinking within the next couple of years, Everest Base Camp has to be something on the cards.
which, just to confirm, if you don't know, because a lot of people get confused, you will not be going up Mount Everest. We're not mountaineers or anything. It is
No.
literally you're walking
It's a
the path
walk,
through the
isn't it? It's a
villages.
trek.
And it takes 12 days, I think, and you still have Sherpas with you and guides and stuff
A
like
guide,
that. But
yeah.
it isn't
But yeah, I mean,
mountaineering.
so at this point we've done Snowdon, we've done Ben Nevis.
We
the
done
next-
one in Poland
Yeah,
as well,
we
but
did
I don't
walk
know
up.
what it was called.
That wasn't up a mountain. It was kind of up a mountain. Morskioko, I think that was called. But yeah, we've done Snowdon, we've done Ben Nevis. Next, naturally, of course, is Everest Base Camp, isn't it? But yeah, we need to have a good think about it. See if you want to do it first and foremost. I definitely want to do it. It's if you want to do
I am
it.
out of shape, but I can definitely, I've been able to get up Ben Nevis, Snowdon a couple of times. So
It's more of a mental thing. Physically, almost anyone could do it. It's mentally if you're prepared for the challenge, I guess.
we'll see.
We'll look back in this in 2 years' time when we're actually on the way to Kathmandu.
How are you then?
Where are we now then?
We are in Killaloe, which is where our Airbnb is, very, very close by. It's the next town or village, I don't know what you'd call it. We just parked the car up and thought we'd come for a walk down here. And it's absolutely beautiful. And I haven't got much else to see.
And where are we now then?
We are currently in Galway. We've checked out of our Airbnb and we're now going to be staying in Mayo for the next 2 nights. So we may as well stop off at Galway for a couple of hours and have a walk around. There's nothing in particular we wanted to really do here, but I feel like it's probably going to be the one and only time we'll probably ever come back here. So we may as well get out of the car and have a look.
As far as, you know, towns, cities, I don't know if it's a town or a city, it's quite a major place in Ireland, I would say. It is, you know, it is up there with one of the best that I've been to. Most kind of town / city centres are quite, I don't know, run down. I don't know if you'd say that's the word, but they are kind of getting there, getting that sort of way nowadays. But yeah, the town itself is quite nice, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and we've walked through there. Yeah, it looks pretty, and we're just walking around the harbour and the pier now, which is lovely as well. Do you have anything you'd like to see?
Aye, never goes any coffee or jelly babies.
Basically 2 nights in a row, when me and George have went into the supermarket, we've said, do you want anything to my dad? And he says, oh yeah, can you get us some jelly babies? And
as soon as we got back, you've opened them and at the lot.
No, George had half the pack yesterday. And I had
half the pack? Definitely didn't have half. I had about 3.
You didn't. You are a liar.
Dad's been starving.
I get to lick the packet.
No, so tonight we're going to get him some jelly babies and we're not going to eat them.
I'm going to ask for something you don't like.
What don't I like?
I'll think of something. Or work.
What are we having for dinner tonight though?
What are we having for dinner tonight, doll?
George's special chicken burgers with chips.
Oh, George made the best. It was like Nando's inspired chicken burgers, and so basically when we're at home, George doesn't cook any tea.
That's not true. I don't believe that.
He doesn't. He literally will cook a steak and a burger because he doesn't like how, or doesn't trust how I would cook that. So when we're on holiday, I have the cooking off. George is the chef because obviously I'm not going to continue doing it on holiday. And oh my god, the burgers. What would you rate that Nando's inspired burger yesterday?
Got to be at least 10.
Yeah, I'd say 10. It was so nice.
Well, out of 10?
But tonight, yeah.
Out of 100.
But tonight we're going to have it with peri chips because last night we had to have it with mashed potato because George decided he wanted to bring the potatoes from home on holiday, so we've been forced to have mash for a couple of nights. But tonight we're going to get some chips and make peri fries, so it'll be like we're literally in Nando's. We'll just play the Portuguese music as well in the Airbnb. I just got a claddag ring from this store behind us. The one was really, really lovely. It's silver. This is the birthstone one, but I didn't get it at my birthstone because I don't like aqua for March. So I went with April instead. It was €35, which is really good because the original store I was looking at was about 50 just for the plain one. But this one was a thinner band, a lot smaller, and I love it. Something else as well, if you're married you've got to wear your claddag ring a particular way, so this is what I've got mine that way. If I was single you have it upside down with the heart facing in, and then you've got to turn it like to the side and stuff for other, I suppose maybe if it's complicated or something like that, I don't know. Divorced? Hopefully not.
So we're happily married, aren't we?
Yes, even though I haven't got my wedding rings on, just because it's too hot.
So we're on a tropical island now, aren't we?
It looks that way, doesn't it? We're on Achill Island, which is actually the largest island in Ireland, and it's got a population of 2,300 people. I only know that because my Apple Maps told me. But we're on Bay Beach at the minute, and oh my god, me and George, we've travelled, you know, so many different countries, but this is the best beach I've actually ever seen.
It does, like, honestly.
The sea is crystal clear.
It does honestly look like you're on a tropical island. How blue the sea is, and how white and sandy the beach is. This is honestly a stunning gem, isn't it? You wouldn't think you're in Ireland, would you?
No, you wouldn't. I bet if we posted a photo, they wouldn't know, that no one would guess that we're in Ireland yet. But yeah, it's the best sea that I've seen. But it's chilly up here. We've got fleeces on because it's, you know, we're in between the mountains.
The weather's lovely, but yeah, it is a little bit windy. But
it might be different when we get down there, though.
Possibly. Are we heading up that hill next?
I think so.
Let's see what the view's like from up there, if we make it. So we are in fact making our way up the hill. This is how far we are currently. It's definitely a lot steeper than what you thought, isn't it?
Well, I knew it was going to be steep, but I'm out of breath. Help me.
It's good training for Everest Base Camp though, isn't it? This, to me, it feels a bit like Snowdon. Snowdon's quite like this, especially being surrounded by sheep. Snowdon's quite steep in parts, but because we're gaining elevation quite quickly, because it's so steep, it should mean that the walk isn't very far, because it's probably not even classed as a mountain, to be honest. So
No.
it's
basically a walk to a lookout point.
Yeah, it can't be very far. So you made it. Have you ever seen a more peaceful view than that? Thing is as well, you think it'd be really windy up here, it's actually not. It seemed to be more windy when we was down there. It's dead silent.
We'll go and take you to see the famous view.
Yeah.
Through the window of the building.
This has got to have been...
Dad's gonna get you cancelled. Why are you walking like an Egyptian?
This must have been some sort of bunker or something, mustn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, all the sheep must come up here.
Yeah.
Because there's...
Sheep droppings.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want a view of the beach...
This is the famous view, the window to the beach.
Feast your eyes on that.
This is probably the best view we've seen in Ireland so far.
Oh, in Ireland, yeah, definitely.
Why, what would be your best view ever?
I don't know, it's just a bit of a bold statement. We have been quite a few places, haven't we?
I know, that's why it's definitely the best water at a beach I've seen, but best view, that is too of a bold of a statement.
Yeah.
But look at that water down there. It's just crystal clear. I can't wait to get in that.
It's nice to actually be up in the... I was going to say up in the mountains. I don't know if this is classed as a mountain, but it's nice to be up in the hills anyway. And it actually didn't take that long at all, did it? 20 minutes to get up?
No, but it was absolutely knackering.
Yeah, I'll give it, it was steep, but it's definitely worth coming up, just for the view.
They say it's usually an hour up and down.
Yeah, which 40 minutes and you'll be fine. Yeah.
Right, I suppose let's soak up the view, then head down, get an ice cream, get to the beach.
Sounds good. And where are we now then?
We are in Strafe, just 1 hour away from Dublin.
If that. Probably not even that, is it?
I think it's about maybe 38 to 45 minutes. But yeah, we're having a barbecue. After tonight we've got one more night left in Ireland, which is so sad, but we're here now. We got here today, here for 2 nights. It's a lovely, like, stable conversion.
Yeah, it's kind of like on a bit of a farm or small holding. Looks like they've got horses and things here. Their
dogs just run wild. So I'll call Milo over. This is Milo. Milo. He's feeling shy. Milo. Come here. I think he's hot, maybe.
Hello, lad. Hello. Enjoying the sun, aren't ya?
And there was another one that just appeared that we hadn't seen before. There's like a big Doberman looking one, but that one only likes its owner. But there was like a scraggly one that was here a second ago, but it ran away. I think it's literally as soon as we put, bear in mind we've cooked like chicken on the barbecue so far. As soon as those burger patties went on there, both dogs have just run over, so.
Can smell the meat. New potatoes as well.
It's so hot right now. What's the time?
It's got to be about 7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock and it says it's 19 degrees right now, yeah. But it feels a lot warmer than that.
Do you want to talk a little bit about where we was yesterday? Because obviously we went up that big hill, didn't we? Then we didn't really explain what we was doing. We went onto the beach, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we didn't film the beach, but I'll get George to insert a clip that I've took on my phone.
Or maybe not.
No, you will insert that clip now. Honestly, it's just so nice to see. When you walked up to it, it was crystal clear, and it's just the best sea I've ever been in. Obviously it's cold because we're an island. It's going to be freezing cold.
It was kind of
now.
refreshing though, because it has been so warm here.
Yeah, that's it. It was. But yeah, I wish we brought our swimming stuff to go in properly, because once your shoulders are in, you're fine, aren't you? But yeah, we didn't go in anyways. But we were at Keene Bay on Achill Island. We then went to Keel Beach, which is much more of a longer beach. Basically, it just looks like your standard beach, but the Keene Bay Beach looks like you're on a tropical island. There's lots of other things to do on the island. We actually didn't do that. The main focus is I just wanted to go to that place. And then the day just went away with us, didn't it?
We got fish and chips, didn't we?
Oh my god, yes. I'll turn the camera over to you because everyone's sick of seeing my face now. Tell them about the fish and chips, doll.
Yeah, so we managed to get some fish and chips, because being an English person, going near the seaside, you want to get some fish and chips, don't you? Let's be honest. And was kind of putting a few things on our maps. We went to one place and it was closed, and it said there was open online, so that was a bit annoying. There was actually closed only on the day that we got there, but anyway, we managed to find a little
food truck?
Yeah, a little snack wagon type thing, and then we thought, let's just try it. We don't know what it's going to be like. It could be terrible, but we'll try it. We want some fish and chips. Went there, ordered I think the medium fish and chips, medium cod and chips, and honestly they gave us so much. Like, they gave us a fish like that big, and then they also gave us a small piece as well, and needless to say, I couldn't finish it. They gave us loads of chips as well. They couldn't finish it, but it is honestly so nice, because they make it all fresh, you know, as you order. That's when they'll make it. But yeah, so much food. It's really
so
nice, but just couldn't finish it all, unfortunately. I'd hate to think what a jumbo portion would be like, but yeah, I guess, you know, we should kind of think how much food can we realistically eat, but you're not going to know. You know, you think a medium size portion is going to be, you know, manageable to eat, but it wasn't. It was way too much. But yeah, I need to get onto these burgers before they start burning.
And tomorrow we have a full day in Dublin, don't we?
Yeah.
So we need
it's our final full day, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the last day will just be a little stop off somewhere, I think.
Let's probably go on a nice walk or something, won't we?
Yeah. Right. let's pan over to my Dar. Dar, you're on the camera. Please do not swear. Tell us, how has your trip been so far?
Been alright.
What have you enjoyed the most?
The sun.
What Airbnb did you enjoy the most?
Go with this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Why? Because of
Well, been
Milo.
alright now, fairness.
Do you like this one because of Milo?
Aye. Good dog for company.
You're shattered now, aren't you?
You're tired. You're tired!
I done a 30-mile run yesterday.
Who's your favourite darter?
None.
And where are we now then?
We're in Dublin, and that's as far as my Irish accent attempt goes. Yeah, we're in Dublin city centre today. It's our last full day, so we're going to do basically all of the touristy bits you can do, apart from the Guinness factory is the only thing we're not
Well,
doing.
neither of us drink, do we?
No,
So
none of us drink, so
it'd be a wasted trip, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do, what, Temple Bar?
Temple Bar, Grafton Street, Dublin Castle. There was this park thing that you mentioned that I can't remember.
St. Stephen's Green.
And then the old jail as well. And then I think there's like a couple of, and going to Keogh's Cafe. And
Which
obviously
is-
Keogh, nobody will know, but Keogh is my maiden name and my dad's surname. So yeah, we're really excited to go there. Just because we're a Keogh. Well, not anymore, me. Let's go.
So this area is called Temple Bar, and that pub on the corner is called the Temple Bar Inn. Isn't that where we spent New Year's, like about 2018, something like that?
Yeah, it was.
Grafton Street.
George is going to treat me to something.
St. Stephen's Green Park. Doesn't quite look like a castle, does it?
No, I mean I'm having flashbacks to the honeymoon in Norway where we kept going to the what was it where we kept going? And they were
Palace, the Royal Palace.
And then George was like, this isn't a palace. I'm getting flashbacks to that. But yeah, I don't know if it's because there's like building work going on here. Who knows? But we've got to go to the jail now because we're gonna run late. We're finally at the old Dublin jail. I'm not even going to try and pronounce what it's called, but we've just got to wait for our tour to start and then we're in.
Let's do it.
Also, when going up and down the stairs as well, there's handrails there, use them if you need them. Guys, take photographs, that's absolutely fine. We just ask for no video or audio recording, okay? Eating, that's okay. Or eating's not okay, excuse me. Drinking water is okay. Jesus, I'm going to get in trouble.
Right, so just came out of the jail, and what are your thoughts?
It wasn't what I expected. I thought you were going to be able to walk around and stuff yourself, like at the previous jail when we were in Galway?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Galway, we were in Cork.
That's it,
where
Cork.
we went to the Cork one. But yeah, it was interesting. It was basically €8 an adult to get in, and it's about an hour tour, and then you do the museum after, and then obviously the tour guide's just talking through everything. So nowadays you can't really get much for €8, so it's definitely worth to go. Just to have a look around. It was interesting. It just wasn't what I
thought it was very good, actually. I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of into my history and all that, and to actually know why the IRA started and sort of how it originated, and he talked a little bit about the Civil War, and that I thought was very interesting. And yeah, you actually get to go into some of the cells that a lot of the prisoners were in, and if you're wondering why there's no footage of the tour inside the jail, you're not supposed to take video in there, so which makes sense, because if somebody makes a video of walking around the tour, then nobody's going to want to go inside. But yeah, it's well worth doing if you are in Dublin. Like I said, it was €8, which is about £7 or so. What can you get for that nowadays? Well worth the money, and yeah, I'll definitely do that if you are thinking of coming here. So our trip is coming to an end pretty quickly. We're heading to the port now. We're going to be heading home on a Stena Line ferry, and we have about an hour, so we're bang on time for the time we're supposed to arrive for. And yeah, we're going to be wrapping this trip up fairly shortly. Here we go, heading up the ramp. Well, this one's different. So we came here on Irish ferries. This is a Stena Line, so it is slightly different. This one's more open. It seems like we're just sort of parking in a warehouse. Just like that, we're back in the UK. So we are obviously back home now, and yeah, didn't get back till quite late last night. I think we got off the ferry about 8, half 8, something like that, was it?
Yeah.
And then it was like about a 3-hour drive back from Holyhead to our house. And then we've just had to take the father-in-law home. He lives the other side of the country again, but it just so worked out that it was better to, because we left from his house, which is up in the northeast, and then obviously we drove down to Holyhead on the way there. It worked out better that if we just went back to our house and then dropped him back and then came back. It was a lot of driving, but it was definitely worth doing. But yeah, honestly, I had an amazing time in Ireland. If you are thinking of going, or if you know somewhere you've never even anticipated going, then I would highly recommend it. We had the best time. I'd recommend getting the ferry over. Like I said, I've been to Ireland before, but that was just Dublin. It's not really a whole lot to do in Dublin. A day or two and you've pretty much done everything. Go out there, explore the country, you know, see some of the wonderful towns and villages, and you know, honestly, we've only really scratched the surface. There's still a lot that we didn't get to see. There's a mountain that I would quite like to go up. I think it's Mount Carron 2 Hill. I think it's the tallest mountain in Ireland, so maybe that'll be for a, you know, future trip. We'll see. But yeah, what would you say your favourite moment was on the trip?
Mine was going to Achill Island.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to be right up there with one of the best beaches that I've ever been to. It didn't seem like you was in Ireland. Like, you wouldn't expect that place to be in Ireland. It honestly seemed like you was in like Thailand or somewhere like that. But yeah, nice walk up that hill, nice steep walk up that hill or mountain, I don't know, whatever it is, to that lookout point. The views from there were fantastic, and then to come back, sit on that beach for a bit and dip our feet in the sea. What more could you ask for? Yeah, it's got to be up there. And
what was your favourite?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably it, to be honest. Trying to think now.
We went into Galway, we done Ballycotton Cliff Walk, we done that walk through the forest.
Yeah, so another highlight's probably got to be that walk from Ballycotton, which is, I think it's County Cork, isn't it?
I can't remember. I keep getting confused with all of the different counties.
Yeah, I'm sure that's County Cork. I think it's not far from Cork itself. It's kind of the southeast.
Oh yes, it
Ireland.
was. You're right. Yeah. Cork.
And we'd done a pretty big loop. I think we'd done about a 6 or 7 mile walk. That was a nice walk. We walked along the cliff, then we came inland. We saw a a shipwreck as well from afar. We couldn't go up to it because it was they don't want people going down there in case they get injured or whatever. But we saw that, then walked uphill, then inland, then we sort of done a big loop back round to the village. Yeah, that was a good walk, and yeah, just the whole trip in general, really liked it. I'd kind of compare it a little bit to Scotland. We've been to Scotland 4 or 5 times at this point. We love it there, but this was just something different. I'd recommend going to Ireland, like I said, if you know you are sort of a bit worried about going on the ferry or whatever. You have honestly nothing to worry about. It's so easy. It is a bit more expensive if you compare it to something like going on the Eurotunnel. You're probably looking at double the price, but then again, it is probably 3 or 4 times the distance on the ferry, so it is to be expected. But yeah, for sure, I would do it again, and there's plenty more out there to see. I'm sure there is. But yeah, I want to thank you all for watching anyway. If you've made it all this far, give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one.